Line.
Let's go. Okay, 54, right? Mike, 54. Boom, boom. Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
I know where he's got. Check 31. Check 31. Check 3.
Here's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Defense. Okay. Let's get it.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Hey, check Michael Allen. Check Michael Allen. We ain't give up.
From the gun, Fields going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hey, check Michael Allen. Come off the ball. Come on. Hey, check Michael Allen. Check Michael Allen. If you don't get this,
they're going to try and throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Set. 19. 54. Right. 54. 59. Taco. 54. 9.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Hey, check Mike 44. Go. 45 for Mike. 45 for Mike. Come on, boy.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Needed 16. They got 17 on 3rd down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Reset. 19. Hey, let's get that ball. Yeah, let's get that ball right here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Reset. 19. I got you, son. I got you, son. Relax.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I don't think you got it, son. Let him go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Watson flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Put the point down, he's coming. 45.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he comes back with one complete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On first down, Hawthorne looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. On second down now, Hawthorne. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the gun on third, Watson. Dancing to his left. This one caught by Isabella. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This one taken just inside the 10.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. On game,
now a first down carry by Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 11. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Back to throw. Fields. And that is going to be incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Down, he's coming. Alert!
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Set, 19! I'm coming after you! Motion, motion! 24! Motion, 24!
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson, he's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
From the gun, here's Watson. This is Johnson. He's got it. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now it's Watson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Here we go on 4th. Watson able to find Isabella. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Again, it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To the air yet again, Watson. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Fields. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. DK Metcalf, 79 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Watson on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd and 10. Watson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Curtis. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Silver. Hey, check my 45.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Throws right side, and that's complete. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20. And an Orlando first down.
Watson now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And the accuracy lacking there for Zuerlein. It's off to the right, no good. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be out right at the 35. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll keep it on the ground. Hawthorne. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first down, it's Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. Andy Isabella was the intended target. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That 2nd down play nets a -4. To throw on 3rd down. Fields going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. They'll try and throw for it here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
You've got to know as a quarterback that it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Ravens 42-yard line.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Watch out. 24.
On third down, Hawthorne. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down. Back now in Baltimore. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Just don't want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll go again to Jones. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Fields forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bud Dupree showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Fields stiff-armed him. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let...
And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A big play there. 49 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. On first down, Fields eluding the pressure right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Fields. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Ravens on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Fields. He's going to wind up and air it out. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the interception, here's Watson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
12 yards there and a first down. On first down, Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. Johnson, the intended target. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on first down. Fields escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Looking to throw. Fields. This complete to Jones. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They'll run it now out of the gun. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On 4th down, Watson. Complete, it's Johnson. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 3rd and long, it's Watson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this is incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Hey, check back.
2nd and 3. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at about the 31. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
They'll run on 1st down. Hawthorne. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Hawthorne. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.